finally, here we are again. December the something. It's about 6:30, and we're looking at the 3/4 of the way round the 7-2 at Southwell. We're in this. Yes, we are. So now, what I'm going to tell you is that I have obviously developed some sort of problems. There's a few like knock-on effects, I would say. Chris is here. He's, you know, using mirror techniques and a bit of smoke. He's managed to duplicate his presence upon the stage tonight. He's already started. You know, he's warming up. This is just his warm-up. You wait till you see when he gets going. He's like a demon on the dance floor. But there has been a knock-on effect for me, at least. I've developed what's known as RSI, which, you know, contrary to popular belief, it's not Robert Space Industries. It's repetitive stream injury. And I am having a real problem at the moment. It's caused me to have these uncontrollable tics, which I can't say. Chris Roberts! I can't seem to get through the end of the sentence without having some Sandy Gardner, without having some sort. It's sort of a form of Tourette's, I suppose you could say. It's the RSI syndrome, repetitive strain enunciation. Well, that's RSE. But anyway, I haven't really thought it through. But Chris Roberts, it's something that's been happening to me a lot recently. It's been very embarrassing in public. I've been talking about other games. I might talk about, you know, Absolver or something. Chris Roberts, and then suddenly I just have an outburst. Sandy Gardner. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, I'll try and get Eric Corrin Davis. I'll try and get through it without, you know, having a Erin Roberts, without having a problem. All right. So let's, without further ado, we will see if we can get into this game. You can hear the music. I don't know if you can hear the music actually. I think I'm playing something else at the same time. But anyway, we will see what we will see. There's some isochronic gamma type tones. Now I've jumped into the USA server. I don't think that's a very wise thing to do, but we'll give it a go and see how we get on. And if it's Sandy Gardner, if there's something that goes wrong, then we'll kick back. We'll kick back to the EU. that's the knock-on solution. We'll just kick back to the EU. Oh, that's very Eric Corrin Davis. Now then, let's see. We've got the black screen at the moment. I'll let you in on what's going on. A little bit of alt tabbing going on, might kill the music for a second, but let's just say welcome to Star Citizen. We'll see how it goes. Chris Roberts. Right, we are. What we got? 8 frames. 8 frames and a black screen. Doesn't bode well, does it? Where are we? It's now 45 minutes past 8 to 5 in the 3:30 at Chepstow. So we've got 14 frames in the bed. There's a noise. We don't know what the Sandy Gardner it is. He's getting up. He's dressed in black. He's dressed for the night. He's got the night suit on. It's just a series of. It's a series of woven fabrics, this game, isn't it? Look at this. Like you've got like a lattice there. There's a lattice there. I'm wearing a lattice. It's like being inside a strawberry pie at the local fete. There's the rail, or a rame if you want to call it a rame. That's also fine with me. I've got no, you know, I'm not a. Yes, you can do what you like. There's the rame. It's there for safety. The frames are absolutely appalling. There's a coat hanger if you need one. Let's just step forward into the verse and see if we're gonna. I might not suffer this. I'm saying that I'm in pod number 1. I had a bit of a cheat there because I looked, and it's a pod number 8. One day I'll get the hang of it. Right, and I'll do that for you. Oh, Apex gang, hanging out by the apex. He's got his feet slightly off the edge of the triangle. No one's going to box you in, are they, mate? Not with a cardigan like that. You've zipped it right up. If I was you, well, I don't know. You've gone for a sort of like 50-year-old man trying to look 20 sort of look. But, you know, you look all right. You look like a sort of, I don't know, you look like a Norwegian builder. Anyway, and you've got to stop zoning out, mate. Just because they greyed out your hair. You were hoping to get like a nice chestnut blonde, weren't you? And look what's happened. It's all lies, mate, as your t-shirt will attest. Now, let's go down here. There is to be no running in the hallway. Sandy Gardner! And then we're going to go further down there. Let's pick up a bit of speed. Hello, Mum? Mum, I'm just texting my mum. Mum, yeah, Mum, I don't want to stop playing the game. I don't want to have my tea yet. Can I come down in half an hour? Is that alright, Mum? Mum? Anyway, we don't have that problem here. My restrictions are located in the big other. Right, okay, let's try and see what we've got. I'm not really sure what we're going to get up to today. We're going to try a little something of this, a little something. Chris Roberts, something of that. Let's not take that. Let's not take that. I really want to take, yes, the black. The new blackness is what we like. Now, I've actually got to make sure that I've stocked up C10. Let's try and remember that Jaws moment. Sandy Gardner. Let's try and buy some cargo to take with us, just in case. As they used to say in the old Elite, an empty hold is an empty head. Let's just try and apply that spacefaring knowledge now, as we seek to buy some kind of commodity. Drake Caterpillar. Where is my Drake Cutlass? Have I taken the wrong ship? Is that what I've done? Have I taken a Caterpillar by mistake? Just wait up. I may have made a shipping error here. No, Drake Cutlass Black. Excuse me. Thank you, madam. If I don't mind. Sandy Gardner! Let's just get in here and see if what the F7C is going on. Where is the designated Drake slot? I'll tell you what, I've got all this cash. Can I spend it? Can I Constellation? Right, I can't even sell anything that I don't have. What kind of world is it when you can't sell what you don't have? That's the very foundation upon which banking was founded. Alright, okay, let's just try one more time to check this out, and we'll just have a quick look. Well, I really am quite... Eric Corin Davis! I'm very quite upset by that. It really is quite... Chris Roberts! Annoying. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I'm a bit stumped now. What we'll do instead, we'll just take a little bit of a detour, because C10, I do believe, is this way. The frame rates are not great, I have to say. Maybe once we get away from here. Do we want to buy anything in here? Let's have a quick look around. Hello, mate. You right?
Thanks for coming in.
Hey, no problem. Now, let's just... It's the usual... Look at this this absolute detritus. Look at it. What, mustard cardigan. What is this the future that we dreamed of? Really? Kind of... I don't know, what do you call that? Khaki jumpers and mustard cardigans. And this kind of like, it's like, I don't know. It's sort of like Eka Maxi. You go to Stockholm and buy yourself some really generic clothing. Right, I don't know. I really don't know. It's like, or like TK Maxx, maybe. Yeah, I'm checking them out, mate. I'm not very impressed with you. What they make you wear that cardigan?
Finding everything all right?
Yeah, I'm finding it, but I'm just finding it a bit disappointing. The impresario of disappointment. Captain Anticlimax, they call him. Right, I'm going this way. I think the signs are misplaced in this thing. They should be actually on the walls. That would be the thing. I'm also having a little mouse trouble. Every time I slide to Sandy Gardner to the left, I get a sort of reaction from the desk. But this cycling is working very well. Cycling today, Marcel. Don't mind if I do with the frame rates. Over Eric Corin Davis. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm repetitive stream injury. Oh no, not the doors. Not the doors. No, don't give me the doors. I don't need the Jim Morrisons now. Look at this. Oh my God. Jim Morrison's dead. The doors have split up. It's the death of Jim Morrison. All over the stream, all over the server. What's going on? Why are there no doors on the Cutlass? I can't get in. How can I get into a Cutlass with no Jim Morrison to help me? Jim, give us a leg up. People are strange when you're a stranger. Oh, what? This is an absolute Sandy Gardner. I can't help amusing myself just saying that. It's for Chris Roberts. Right, now let's go back in and try something else, shall we? It annoys me so much. They can't just they keep getting the same bugs. It's so funny watching ATV with Todd Pappy saying, yeah, that's feature complete. That one's done. Yeah, that's done. Ship's done. Item 2.0 done. It's hilarious. It's not done. It's not even warmed up. It's not even simmering, mate. It's the masters. Sandy Gardner, they're masters of the deceptive video broadcast. Yeah, no, a lot of the features now, Gravlev, yeah, it's pretty much feature complete. Eric Aaron Davis. Right, let's carry on with this, shall we? Right, apparently I've got another Drake Herald there. Alright, don't know, maybe we should... Alright, let's take the Herald actually, because last time there were no doors on the Cutlass, because the doors have split up. CO2, that's easy to remember, that's carbon dioxide, choking on the fumes, because there are no doors. Alright, where's he going? Off to do some meaningless staring at the wall probably. The AI, that's all they do, they just lounge around. I can't remember the fella's name now. Eric Corin Davis, I can't remember that fella's name now that does the AI, the subsumption. I like him actually, he seems very, very interesting chap. Landing pad, yeah, very good mate. Right, okay, I'm going to get the Herald at CO2. Sorry ladies and germs, it's been a long day and it's only 11 o'clock, so I'll tell you what I do need to do. I need to check that I've got my Medipens. Medipens.
Welcome to the store.
Yeah, thank you, love. This doesn't work either now, does it? It's funny because I hopped in earlier, had very good frames on the best option. I'm probably one of those bozos who stands in the door looking at his mobi-glass, but right now I'm not that bothered. Let's just check the utility situation here. Empty, consumable oxygen. Medipen, consumable. I've got one in use, that's good. And I did buy one of these. Yes, save changes and equip. Last time I did this I went naked for about 5 minutes. Luckily I was indoors. So it was only the wife and kids that saw me. Right, Apex gang, nice cardigan mate. And let's go and get the Herald. See what universe holds for Sandy Gardner holds for us today. Cycling to Daymar. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go to Daymar. I'm going to try to spawn some kind of vehicle. CO2. I'm going to try and spawn some kind of vehicle and just go for a little jog about, because I haven't really explored that much. There's supposedly other... oh, this looks bugged as well. Look, why have I got red Play-Doh stuffed into the back of my engines? Who's put Play-Doh in my engines? Who killed Jim Morrison? What's going on? These and other questions will be answered. There are deep questions afoot. Is this the door? No, it's on the other side, you pleb. Right, okay. Sorry. Slightly acting like a plum duff. Don't know the answer to my own questions. Now, one of the questions we'll ask tonight is how many pimples are there on a pound of pickled pork? That's what we wish to know. Enter the ship. The Doors. I've seen Jim Morrison has come back to life. The Doors have reformed for one last concert, and they have put themselves at the disposal of the great, the wonderful, the interesting, the beautiful, actually, the beautiful Herald. I actually managed to log out in the bed in this ship. I love this ship. Look at this. I'll give you a quick tour. In case you've not seen a Herald, you probably have. This is going to be a sort of 16 frames a second Sandy Gardner. This is going to be a scanning console, I believe, of some kind or other, or data scanning console. This ship is going to be a data runner, so I'm assuming that data that is stored in the ship, in the pods on the side of the ship, will be like accessible from that thing. This is the bed, which, as you can see, you can enter it if you wish to. If you're feeling a little bit sleepy in the verse, you can grab a little bit of shut-eye, 40 winks, you can go a kip. Dream while you're in the stream. And this is what is known as the pilot seat. Now, the Drake aesthetic is obviously it's a beautiful Sandy Gardner, it's a beautiful aesthetic. We go F5 to turn the ship on.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
I do like this voiceover for the Drake. I really do. It's very clipped. It's to the point. No messing about. Let's see where we can go today. In fact, I know where I'm going to go today. I'm going to go to the beautiful Sandy Gardners. What's known as the Sandy Garden. Sandy Gardners, Sandy Garden. Eric Conan Davis is going to be our destination today, so we're just going to drop out and get into SCM. I'll show you the speed of the ship. There's the rear view. Look at this. Goodbye, Olisar, as she recedes like an imperfectly rendered spindle of twat receding into the distance. There's the front view. We got up to 613 without too much bother. We can go way faster than that, I do believe. But I don't know why we're not going faster than that. I'm thrusting, but there's nothing happening. Alright, well, you know, it's in early access. What can I say? There will be some slight... Chris Roberts! Sandy Gardner. Now, let's just get onto the old map. This is the map. In case you were wondering, you've probably seen all this before because people have been streaming this like 24/7. Now, what I'm going to do is there's a planet here called Daymar, which is one of the most... I think is the best moon of all, because it's kind of... There's sort of an atmosphere there, so there's sort of atmospheric effects. It's not a breathable atmosphere, but it is an atmosphere nonetheless. And we will just see how far we can get. I feel a lot calmer now. The RSI has not gripped me so firmly. Let's see if I can handle my problem. Now, what you do is you line up to the spot that you've selected on the Mobiglass map. You select your destination on there, you set the destination. When you come out of the Mobiglass, that destination will appear as a little blip which you can align to, as I have done here. It will give you the name of the said alignment and the distance, and then you just activate your quantum drive, which puts you in the super position of being not one thing nor the other. Here we go. Zippity doodah. Let's just have a look at this now. Here's the beautiful Herald as she screams through the Christmas lights at Debenhams, exiting with a flurry like a party popper in space. Let's just get ourselves a little bit further back here. Now we can see the gentleman in question. Yours truly. I am there, right there. See that little fella there? That's me, that is. A beautiful little ship, though, isn't it? It's very functional, nice. It's no messing about. It's cockpit, engine, and in the middle there's a scanner. That's it. That's what you get with Drake. The pure functionality. Now, let's see. We're reluctant to go to Eagle Flats as usual. What we're going to do is we're going to scooch over here. If I see this little obstructed thing here, I can't align to that because it is obstructed. What we could do is go to one thing they need to sort out is just the HUD, the layout of the text as it falls over each other. The different areas of the planet I think should be given different colours. So if something's on the same side as you, I believe it should be in one colour, and if it's on the other side of the planet, it should be in a different colour. So you can differentiate. I mean, you can sort of guess it now from the distances involved. 750, 656 pretty much means that Bountiful Harvest and Akudra or not, as the case may be, is probably on the other side, Sandy Gardener of the planet. Oh dear, I'm getting stressed. Right, okay, let's go. This is basically an OM, which I believe stands for Oscillating Mollusk. And once you align to the Oscillating Mollusk, you will be able to access things that are on the other side of the planet, because you've sort of done a mini quantum jump around to the other side. What we're going to do then, we're going to align ourselves to Kudra Or here, because that, or not, as the case may be, and we'll just get ourselves nice in there. Chris Roberts! Alright, calm it down now, son. Calm it down now. And what we'll do, punch it, man. We're going to punch it. Look at this, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 62. That's what you get with the Herald. You get a punch, which I will now demonstrate to you. Look at this. There's Mr. Herald, lit up, slightly brighter than it should be. Coming in. Let's go over to the dark side of the Herald. You can see the lights flashing there. But listen, Mr. Herald comes in like this. This is Mr. Herald. This is how he looks. This is Harold the Herald as he comes streaking into Daymar. What a beautiful sight. Now you got to say this game's a good looking game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's the best looking game with the most ambitious scheme of bringing in star systems which have rotating planets, which have their own orbits, so they have their own day and night cycles. And these planets are fully explorable. You can go anywhere you want on these planets. There are no restrictions on gameplay except, I don't know, I mean, you'd have to head off into the black for about a week before you hit the edge, I would think. Chris Roberts was a Sandy Gardener, was very, very keen to point out that on one of the moons, which I think was Shalimar or Delamar or Harmar Superstar, I can't remember, one of the moons, he was very happy to point out in one of the demos that one of the craters of the moon would hold the entirety of the map of Skyrim, which, you know, that's the sort of thing that Chris Roberts thinks about later. Sandy Gardener thinks about, well, probably that too, thinks about late at night, that his game is much, much bigger. It's much, Eric Corin Davis, much bigger than any other game that's ever been Sandy Gardener, that's ever been Chris Roberts, that's ever been designed. And that's what keeps him going at night. And that's what floats the boat of the stoat they call Chris the Moat Roberts, because he's got a ring of water around him at all times to prevent the staff from telling him that it's never going to work. Do not cross my moat. Stay on the other side. Don't want to. La 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 la. Chris, the game's not. It's too big. We're not going to be able to do it, Chris, with the money. La 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 la. I want to live in Star Wars. La 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 la. That's Chris. No, hats off to Chris. He's a visionary, and he shouldn't be told the truth. That's what I think. You don't tell visionaries the truth. The truth just gets in the way. You fictionalise what's going to happen, and then you make it happen. And that's what Chris and his team are doing. Luckily, he's got a fantastically talented team all around him. There's him and his brother. There's Sandy and there's Eric. Sandy Gardner, Eric Kyron Davis. Here we come. Look, watch this. Eric Kyron Davis. There's the 3 of them there in the bedroom. Sandy makes the sandwiches. Look at this beautiful game. And it's amazing, there's only 3 of them working on the game at any one time. Now we've got planet wobble, which is something that we've had at various times in different patches. We've had this sort of planet wobbling effect, which I don't really like that much. I'm going to just ease off on the... just going to ease down on the speed here. Because we're going way too fast. Coming in way too hot. Coming down to 6. Yeah, we're under the limit now. Let's press to half speed. That should bring us out at about, I don't know what it's going to be, probably about 300 and something. Half speed is 219. Really, is that half speed? Yeah, maybe that makes sense. All right, so we've calmed down a bit now. We've killed the speed. Let's take it up to full, the lower level, which is, there are several sort of stages to the ramping up of the velocity of these things. You've got put your throttle full forward, you'll hit a certain marker, which in this case is 235. That's the other problem with the game at the moment, is you can't read the HUD. The HUD is illegible, darling. My HUD. Darling, what's wrong? My HUD, darling. What's wrong with your HUD, darling? Darling, it's illegible, darling. Oh, darling, an illegible HUD is a thing. Never would I wish that upon you, that your HUD would become illegible. I know, it's terrible. To have an illegible HUD. It's Sandy Gardner. It's just one of those things that you're difficult to deal with. Now we're 39 kilometers away from Kudra or not, as the case may be, and we're just going to drop down to half speed. I cannot see the altitude because whichever bright spark decided to make the HUD white, there we go, 272726, 23. So we are coming into the drop here. What I'm going to do is just bring the nose up a touch. We've got this very imperfect and wobbly system, which gives us a sense of where we are. The problem is there's a layer of sort of glaring dust over Daymar, which is very realistic, but not so great when your HUD is actually lit up white. There's also this square. I don't know if anyone else is getting this. It's just a note for me. Something that's a little bit irritating is the fact that you can see where the HUD is kind of projected on top of the game. There's a kind of, you can see that there's a lighter square there. I don't think that bothers anybody else. It sort of bothers me because I like to think of the HUD as being part of the windscreen. That's just me. I like my HUDs to be windscreen based. Now we're 29 kilometers away. You can see the ground here. Let's just have a little look. This is what she looks like. Look at those engines. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the heat blast on that. Coming in nice and hot. There's the misty eye of Stanton glaring down at us as we come in. As we come in to Daymar. I'm going to bump up the speed a little bit. Try and watch the altitude a bit here, just because I don't want to drop too low. Just going to come up skimming along. That's good. I do like the Herald. It's a lovely little ship. I saw a guy called Jeff G, who's a streamer, I think it was him, do a demonstration. Unlike me, he's quite mute, he doesn't say anything, but that's his prerogative. To Eric Kyron Davis to not say anything. But basically he took the Herald out for a spin to Daymar, just as I'm doing now. And yeah, it's a very beautiful sight. got to come up a little bit more. I don't want to drop my nose in the drink here. In the sand, I mean. Sandy Gardner! Let's just... Let's just inch it down. Yep. I'm getting a little bit of a rattle on the underbelly of the Herald. Right, now we're going to kill the speed because we're coming in nice and tasty to what's known as park life. I mean Kudra Ore. Look at this, look at the sky, look at the glare, look at the impenetrable darkness. Look, there she is, my beautiful Herald, hovering above the undulating, dusty landscape of Daymar, under the watchful eye of Stanton's ocular haze. Beautiful stuff. Please don't crash. Sorry, that was my mistake. We're coming in now 7,000 meters away. I'm just going to nose her down and let's hope that we don't actually strike the ground very, very sharply at this speed. It would be quite unpleasant. I'm just going to give it a little bit of welly just to eat up the distance so that we don't end up watching a stream of a cockpit against a white background. Now I think it's down in this rise. Let's ease off the speed now. Here we go. We can see the beauty, the glory. Let's just bring her down. Just bringing her gently down. There's a little ravine here, as you can see, tucked away little location. And I'm assuming this is the kind of thing that you would scout out when you're with your Pioneer, those of you lucky enough to own the ridiculously priced Pioneer, which is in this killer Chris Roberts in the game at the moment. Let's just zip down here and we shall come in nice and tidy. So those of you lucky enough to own a Pioneer, and or well, anyone can make a land claim, you don't actually have to own a Pioneer to do that, I assume, but the idea being that you would find a spot that you like, do it, presumably you've done some kind of survey of the spot beforehand, and you, sorry, I'm concentrating here a minute, you would basically, once you've done that, you would make a decision about, okay, this looks like a good spot, this looks like a really, you know, like a nice sheltered location, etc, etc. We can see now a little bit of landing going on. Let's put the feet out. There's our little feet, look. Let's just check out the terrain underneath us here, because I have put this down in a rocky problem before, between a rock and a hard place in Star Citizen. I feel that any minute now beneath us there's going to not be so many rocks, but I could be wrong. Let's just inch forward slightly, see what we can see here. Whoops-a-daisy. Sorry, love, I didn't mean to strike that sharply as I did. I'm not sure if we're going to find the right spot here. Let's just turn this around a little bit and let's put her down right in this little hole here. Nicely done, son. Alright, there we are. We have landed. Now, I'm just going to see if I can get the engines off here. Power off, no. Engines off, engines off. I think it's down here somewhere, isn't it? Oh no, there it is. My mistake. Engine off. Did that work? Where's my cute little voice telling me that I put the engines off? Cute little voice. Engine off. Frame rate's at 14. Never mind, we did okay, didn't we? Not too shabby. Let's just take a little look. This is where we are. We've landed her in a nice little spot next to Kudra ore, or not, as the case may be. Now, there seems to be a problem with glass in glass. You can see this here, look. Just zoom in a little bit. You can see there that the glass of my helmet is, there's a kind of ray casting problem, I assume, whereby glass that's seen through glass looks like it's on the other side of the glass. And there's also a flashing banana strim going on around the edge of the windscreen there, and it's the same on the other side. So there's a little texture issue there maybe that needs looking at. But apart from that, the beauty of Daymar with the Herald in the foreground, it's all very nice. I think I'm just going to do a little F10 on that, because that's very, very sweet. Alright, we have arrived, ladies and germs. I'm doing Alt F to get out of the seat, and we have arrived in the environ of Daymar itself. Don't know what we're really doing here, but I've just decided to come here and have a look around. I can't actually get out the door now, which is a bit annoying. There we go. Exit the ship. We are here, and we have no fear because we have with us the P8, and we're fully loaded and ready to go. Looks like night is coming. I always do this. I've arrived here before just as it's getting dark. There's the sun. Where is the sun? No, is this a sunrise we're looking at actually? Because last time there was a sunset. I can't quite orientate myself. Where's the shadow here? Look at those footprints. Footprints of a man on the run. Look at that. Look at those footprints. How long do they persist for? How long do they stay, I wonder? Right, here he is then. The man they call Downer. There he is. Looking like a very panicky individual. Sorry about the wobble. My mouse. So here we are on a foreign world. An alien environment awaits us. Now I thought we could spawn a ship here, which is obviously a big error, so I'm going to have to take off again in a minute and I will, Eric Horan Davis, I will try to get a mission going on of some sort. I want to get to somewhere where you can spawn a vehicle. What I'm going to do is just give you a little treat, give you a little view inside Kudra ore, in case you haven't seen this. I know people have been streaming this like non-stop since 3.0 came out. They've been drooling in the streams over this stuff, but in case you haven't seen it, I'll take you in there. This is a mining unit. Oh hello, there's people coming back. Just 1 second people while I orientate my doorway. He's back. He's back. Right, here we are. Let's take you inside here just very, very quickly. Now, events have transpired, ladies and germs, which means I'm going to have to curtail this streaming activity for a very short while. I'll be back on later today. We'll just take you inside the lovely Kudra ore, or not, as the case may be. And we shall see the airlock is pressurising. Sandy Gardner! And we'll go in. See there's power. Take you in here. You'll see this is the main mining area where all the machinery is whirring away. And there's a lot of A lot of placeholder activity going on, and there's a post-it note here, and whatever it says on this post-it note will be our message for the day. Remember, Lods, no touch. Okay, so remember, ladies and germs, whatever you do, don't touch the Lods. Alright, I will be streaming again later on, so please join me for more Star Citizen shenanigans, where we will, Sandy Gardner, where we will hopefully, Chris Roberts, where we will hopefully establish some of the answers to the questions. How many pimples on a pound of pickled pork? Eric Corin Davis. And we will be back with you very, very shortly in Star Citizen. So please join us then. Chris Roberts!